Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time of day you're watching this. We are in the garage again. I'm a little bit tired. we're over here about to get started on the engine bay again. Last time you guys saw this, it was in the final stages of like the primer and whatnot, and last thing we did this morning was get rid of all the extra bodywork that it needed. So it's all scuffed up and whatnot, ready to get some more primer on there. What you mixing right there, bro?
Some high build, but I'm gonna thin it out to be a sealer.
Very nice. Y'all know I don't know much about paint, so I'm just gonna pretend like I know what that means. But yeah, once that is done, we can get the special paint right there. Hope you guys took your guesses. We're gonna be mixing that up right after and getting some spray down.
This is final wipe, just getting any grease and dirt off before I put some primer on. It'll make it, we call it fish eyes. Basically, it just makes a little ugly little circle that you have to sand out or repaint and fix. Nobody wants those.
Nope. You could always use that degreaser right behind you. M5.
Sure.
Nah, but it's good. By the way, guys, did you know that you could drain out water from your air compressor? Because I sure didn't. we drained out a bunch. Sticked on right now. And there was like all this rusty water that came out of it. But apparently it needs to be done every day. So drain out your air compressors, guys, because there's probably water in there. He's painting up right now.
That's what oil does.
That's the oil stuff?
Yep.
Okay, good thing we weren't really caring about paint down here. But why was it that we were spraying the sides then?
Because we're just going to cover that in undercoating, so there's no real need to paint it.
Kind of just go over a little bit right here, and then I was watching Aki's video. I'm going to do the undercoating like he did. And yeah, so we're not too worried about that like he said, but it's all going to get undercoated afterwards. That's a good example though. That's what happens when you don't wipe grease off like we did on the engine bay. Nice.
Do I need to turn the can?
We see rock. And turn it just a tad. Woo! Rocket red. Look at that. Look at that drip. Camera doesn't do it justice right now. As soon as we spray it, things gonna look good. Part of me wanted to do like the R81 Milano red, but Vince was showing me this like Tamco color, and it's freaking amazing. Like there's a lot of show cars. What was it, like a Scion or something?
The Kia Stinger.
Okay, Kia Stinger, that's on their website, and it's got the rocket red. I'll put a picture of it right here, and I think it's just beautiful. So I think it's gonna look really good for the engine bay, and when we do eventually do the bodywork for the car, and that's obviously once I get like a 3-piece front end and whatnot, and actually have it look good on the outside, then we'll probably spray the exact same rocket red on the outside. So yeah, getting ready right now. Primer's dry, right? Yep. That stuff dries pretty fast. So now time to mix up everything for the paint and get that spray down. So you're pouring the color into what? That's the cup?
Yep.
And that goes onto the gun?
Yep. Disposable liner.
Damn. Pretty smart. Let's look at that paint. Oh my god. It's like it won't focus in on the sparkle. It looks good. Switching guns right now? So we went from a little itty bitty small one to, is that like your normal paint gun? Woo. so the color is like a dark red, a really nice rocket red is what it's called. So as he's spraying it on, this is the first coat, and it's going on to a like grayish primer. He said if you would have used like a black primer or a darker color primer, obviously the color would already be darker. A white primer, the color would be a lot lighter. But this is like the nice primer for the color that we want to get to. So obviously this is still a light coat. It's going on right now, and it's gonna get thicker afterwards, but we can't do a lot at once since I do have a small compressor, and we want to do like different stages. So he said about 1 or 2 more coats after the first, so a total of 2 or 3 coats, and then after that we'll do a couple stages of clear with this high impact clear that we have from Tamco, and it should come out really nice, guys. Super stoked. So I think he's almost done with the first coat right there. So this is what you call technically what, base coat?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got a little light to mimic UV, right?
Yep. A lot more to do, so you can see it's all like, it looks covered, but it's not.
Oh, because it's got all the primer through it still?
Yeah.
True, true.
A couple more coats to go.
So different now that the compressor's caught up?
Yeah, I changed my air pressure and my pattern a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
Try and use less air.
True, true.
Still don't fit.
Small compressor problems. What's that called?
Flake. No flake.
I mean the color.
Ruby red from Paint Huffer.
Man, I've seen you post their stuff before. Paint Huffer.
But generally when you're mixing flake,
Uh-huh.
you use the stick as a judge for how thick the flake's going to be per coat.
Uh-huh.
So generally on your first coat, that's about what the flake would lay down as.
Damn.
So if you want it heavier, obviously put more flake. But I'm not even going to do a solid coat, so I'm just going to like kind of dust it. And wherever it lands, it lands.
It's gonna look crazy on top of the red.
Oh yeah.
So Vince was just telling me the difference between the clear, it's this one, right? Inner coat clear or something?
Yeah, $8.95. That's the reducer.
Oh. So this is the stuff that he's mixing the flake with, which isn't for actual like clear coat for on top of everything, but what we're doing on top of everything is the one over here, right?
Yep.
The high impact clear. So this is going on afterwards, and that has a lot more protection, especially for engine bays, you were saying, right?
Yeah, it's high impact, so it takes like hits, and it's also fluid resistant for like oil and that kind of stuff.
Ooh yeah. Even though we're gonna try to keep this as clean as possible, but it's good to know that it's actually gonna be able to withstand something if anything happens.
Any glitter, dude.
It's like little subtle details.
Yeah, I think that's pretty even.
Man, that looks good. It's kind of hard to pick up on the. Oh, that's gonna. Oh yeah. Definitely see that now.
Little randoms.
Looks good. There's that clear coat. That's not the regular kind of clear coat that people normally put on cars, though, right?
No. I mean, they have a version of this clear you can put on your car, but you would never be able to spray a whole car with this because the dry time is so fast.
So it's only good for like small sections.
Yeah, because it's the recoat time's 5 minutes.
Hmm.
So you have 5 minutes to come back around and put your second coat on.
You serious?
Yeah, before it's technically getting too like
Oh wow.
Like I was saying earlier about dry spray.
Yeah.
It'd be dry as hell if you come back around later trying to do it.
Ain't that something? How thick that is. And what's that little container?
The hardener.
Okay. Look at the difference. That looks crazy. So that's the first coat? Golly. Mixing that up real quick. Holy crap. Crazy how fast he's actually mixing everything. Nice. Professional. There's the nearly finished product. Look at that gloss. Can't wait to see it out in the sun, bro. Man. Vince, if you're watching this, you truly outdone yourself. Man, I'm really loving how this paint job came out, guys. Check this out. When have you ever seen La Fea look so shiny? God. This is just a couple hours after it went down. There's a few spots that we have to wet sand in the next couple days once it fully dries, but it looks really good right there. And I'm looking at it now on the lens, or on the like camera, my little screen, and the camera really does not do it justice. Maybe if I turn off the direct light over it. I don't know, I think it's just over bright right now, but God, this looks amazing. Like, look at this. There's just like a subtle amount of flake, and the clear just dances off. Oh, I love it. Anyways, for you guys who aren't super familiar with the build, this is what we got about a year ago, the block, and we put it together maybe like 6 months ago. These are Arias pistons, AEBS sleeves, copper O-rings, Brian Crowder billet steel rods. It's a sleeved LS, obviously. This GSR transmission, M factory diff, long first gear, 5th gear cuff, carbon synchros, and then some billet aluminum mounts. But yeah, I'm gonna wait until this dries a little more, probably tomorrow, and then just set the engine in there just so it can kind of sit in place. Then I'll put the weight plate as well once I get it all cleaned up. And I have the lower subframe right there behind the garage to set in there as well. This isn't like a final assembly or anything, but I really want to just have it mounted in there and look pretty in there. While we're talking about engines, I'm actually going to get started on the CRX engine. I know we have the RSX here because we were doing some body work to it, but I actually have the new block for the CRX, which is a stock sleeve B20 again. You guys saw us notch it in a couple videos ago. We just got it back from the machine shop that it was bored and cut. And they checked the cylinder head as well, and the cylinder head turns out to be perfect. I just got that back from the machine shop as well. They put it on the machine and it's nice and straight. So it should be good to reassemble everything, and I just got my piston rings in the mail yesterday. So yeah, that being said, I'm gonna finish the video right now for you guys. I'm not gonna do a build video, I don't think so, on the B20, just because you guys have seen me build motors before. You know pretty much the process that I'm gonna do, but I'll show you guys once it's all together and then putting it into the CRX. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the painting video on this. I know that I'm absolutely in love with it. It doesn't feel like La Fea anymore, but the car on the outside still definitely needs that love, which once we do get some carbon fiber pieces and some front end pieces for the car, we're actually going to do the exterior and have it match the engine bay and look really nice. But that's for future stuff. There's no rush on any of that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and please hit that like button before you head out, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.